again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. Hi, hope all of you are doing well today. Today I have got another stitch for you. This is a little bit textured, a little bit lacy, all around gorgeous. This is the Gull stitch. And I think the reason why it's called that is because these sort of represent flying seagulls. However, I think it looks a little bit more Celtic, if you will, sort of like those intertwined Celtic knotworks. That's just my personal opinion. But that being said, it is, once you get the hang of it, a really, really simple stitch, just a 2-row repeat. Now, what I was saying before is, yes, it is a little bit textured because we are going to be utilizing front post treble crochet stitches. So yes, there is a little bit of a lovely texture going on, and it's a little bit lacy as well. So it's sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of another. And I'm going to show you the back side real quick. So because it is not the same on the front as the back, I would say this would make a lovely blanket. A throw, an afghan, a baby blanket I think would be incredible in this stitch. Or perhaps a cowl, something where there's an inside and an outside. You could, of course, do a regular scarf. Just keep in mind that one side is going to look rather luxurious and pretty, and the other side, well, a little bit more simplistic. That being said, for this particular swatch that I worked up, I used Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in their spring green sort of ombre color. And also, I used a 6.5 millimeter size crochet hook. This is a size K. Now, because this is heavily textured and because this is, a fairly robust yarn, that is why I bumped up the hook size to a size K. Okay. If you typically use, say, like a size I, which is a 5.5, I would say go up a size or two, but that is the beauty of doing swatching, which I can't recommend enough. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Alrighty. Okie dokie, so first things first, the base chain. For this particular stitch, you're going to need a multiple of 6 chains plus an additional 3 chains at the end. So I have here a total of 27 chains. I've got 4 multiples of 6 chains plus my additional 3, so I've got 27 here. However, you can make this as wide or as narrow as you want to, as per usual, and it'll give you an idea once you work up a swatch to determine how many multiples of the 6 you would need for the desired width of the project that you're going for. So again, multiple of 6 chains, add an additional 3, and we'll get started. Alrighty. Row 1. Okay, now, like I said, this is a 2-row repeat, but we have to get ourselves established first. So for row 1, into the 4th chain from the hook, double crochet, and you could go into the top loop of the V or the back bump, really whatever tickles your fancy. Going to do a double crochet into that 4th chain. And this actually counts as our second double crochet. The chains that we skipped counts as the first double crochet. And now we add 4 more for a total of 6 doubles. So this will be 3 and 4 5 and 6. There we are. And then going to chain 1, skip a chain, and then double into the next 5 chains. And we're going to do this until we only have, I believe, 7 chains left at the end. So work our 5 doubles. That's 3. and 4 and 5. Okay, chain 1, skip a chain, double into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1, and yes, we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. So after doing this grouping of 5, chain 1, and then going to skip a chain and double crochet into the last 6. We started with 6, we end with 6. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there you go. That is the end of row 1. Now, the reason why the ones in the middle there are 5 and the ones on the ends are 6 is because this first and last double that we worked there, they don't really count. They count towards giving us the height that we need, but not toward the actual pattern. And we will get into that relatively soon. But for now, we're going to hop over to row 2. Okie dokie. So row 2, very, very simple. Just start off by chaining up 1 and turning the work. And then into every stitch, including the chain 1 spaces, a single crochet stitch. It's that simple. And so don't forget that we have to go into this very first stitch right there. Don't miss that with a single. So it's going to be 6 singles and then single into the space. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then single into that chain space, and then single into these next 5, and then again into the chain space, and so on and so forth. Now, the reason why I am counting is because not so much on this row, but the next time when we do a single crochet row, it really does help as far as sort of determining, okay, am I doing this correctly? Because the stitches, it's not difficult, but it can be a little like, oh, I missed one. You know, it's happened to me before, otherwise I wouldn't say it. So again, I'm going to go into this chain space here, and you'll see what I mean the next time we do another single crochet row. But this is ultimately pretty darn simple. Now, row 3, that is when this piece really starts to come to life. And we'll get there soon enough. Okay, see, this was my single crochet in the chain space. 1, 2, 3. Then I need to do 3 more. 4, 5, and 6. Can't forget this last one here. That's why counting is underrated. It's a good thing because, it's very easy to be like, oh, nothing there. Yeah, there is a stitch right there. So turn this just a wee bit. Be sure to get into that last stitch there. This is why projects have a tendency of shrinking on us. Something that has happened to me too many, many times. All right, and that is the end of row 2. Okie dokie, let's press on, shall we? Okay, now row 3. This is where the fun starts. So for row 3, we're going to start off by chaining up 2 to give us the height. Acts as our first double crochet. You could chain up 3. Personally, I think that 2 looks just a little bit better. From here, turn the work. And now, what I was saying before about how this end double crochet, it doesn't really count towards the patterning. That's why I said it, because we're going to need to work around the double crochet post right here. Technically, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4th one, but it's the middle of the 5. You know, if you sort of block this one out on the right, well, it's the middle of those 5 doubles. And that's what helped me figure this out. You know, so going to yarn over twice, because we're going to be doing a front post treble. So after yarning over twice, going around that post. Technically, it is the 4th, but I like to think of it as the 3rd, you know. So going around this post through the front there, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2, like so. Now, the reason why you want to do a treble is because if you try to do a double, even though front post doubles are easier, you need the length. Otherwise, your piece is going to buckle. Okay. Now, we're also going to be doing now 3 double crochets in the stitches behind here as well. Now, as far as that goes, okay, going to be skipping the first 2 singles and then working into the next 3. Now, what helps is if you turn your work here, so skipping this one and going into the next 3, okay? So I'm going to yarn over and then going to turn my work. So skipping those first 2, going into the next 3 stitches, working right into the tops of those stitches, 3 double crochets. That's 1 and 2 and 3. All right, and then going around this same post, another front post treble crochet. So yarning over twice, going around that post again, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So we have this lovely V, if you will, with 3 doubles in between to sort of fill in the gaps there. And we're going to keep doing this over and over and over again. So chain 1 gives us a little bit of space. And now this is what I was talking about. It's the middle of the 5. You know, I've tried to exemplify that on this side, but over here it's a little bit more pronounced, that 3rd post. So we're going to yarn over twice, front post treble around that 3rd post, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and then going to yarn over and turn our work. So you can see this stitch right here is where we did the single into that chain space. So skipping that one, the next one, going into that next one, that 3rd. 1, 2, 3, working into that stitch with a double and 2 more for a total of 3 doubles. Okay, so skip, skip, going in to this stitch right here with a double and 2 more doubles. And the reason why I like to turn the work is because when your stitches are a little bit offset, it can be confusing. It's like, which stitch am I actually supposed to be working into and around? That's why turning your work and seeing where the stitch is going into in the previous row, it makes it just a little bit easier, I think. That's just my personal opinion. So again, we did our 3 doubles, yarning over twice, going around this same post down here with a front post treble. So I got yarn over twice, going around that post, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And there you go. Chain 1, and going to yarn over twice, going around that 3rd post in the middle there, front post treble, pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Yarn over. So going to be skipping this one, going into the next. So it's that 3rd stitch right there. Double into the next 2 for a total of 3 doubles. Yarning over twice, front post treble around that post that we just did. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. There you go. Chain 1, yarning over twice, going around the 3rd post, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, yarn over, skipping 1, 2, going into the 3rd, double, 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 yarning over twice, going around that same post again, almost had it. There we go. Pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then from here, double crochet into the last single crochet of the row. And there you are. That is row 3. So as you can see, we have the beginnings of something. You know, another couple of rows and it will start to become a bit more fleshed out. Well, we're going to get to that. Onwards to row 4. Okie dokie. Row 4 is the 2nd row of the repeat, and what I was talking about before as far as counting, well, you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Start off by chaining up 1 and turning your work. And so like we did down here for row 2, we're going to be doing 6 single crochets and then a single crochet in the chain space, 5 single crochets, and then a single crochet into the chain space. And this is important stuff, so that's why I'm not skipping it. So let's get started with our 6 singles. So right into this first stitch right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Single crochet into the chain space, and then it's going to be 5, and then in the chain space, 5, and then in the chain space, and then 6 at the end. And if you miscount, well, it can mess you up later. That's why I'm stressing the importance. Once you get used to it, it is very much a, kind of a mindless, row, but you need to get up to that point. So going to do the next 5 in the stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That one is the easiest one to miss. And then into the chain space, and then another 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the chain space, and then 6 at the end here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at the very end. There you are. All right. If this wasn't something that I had an issue with myself, I wouldn't say anything. But, anything to make it easier for you guys, I'm all about it. And then all we have to do is just repeat rows 3 and 4 over and over and over again, as long as you want the piece to be. So let's do a repeat or 2 together, shall we? Okay, let's go. Okay, so row 3 for the repeat. It's going to be a little bit easier because we have something established at this point. So start off by chaining up 2 and turning the work. Okay, now yarning over twice. And we're going to be working into this middle double out of the 3 doubles that we did in the row 4, going to be going around this post right here. So I got my 2 yarn overs going around that post like so, and pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, then yarn over and skipping the first stitch and the second stitch, working doubles into the next 3. It's 1, 2, and 3. Yarning over twice, going around that same post down there, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, yarning over twice, and then going into the center double in between the next V. So it's this one right here, going around the post, pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, and then turn the work. So you can see that is the single that we did into the chain space. So skip, skip, and going into that stitch right there, that third stitch, going in with a double, and then 2 more for a total of 3. Yarning over twice, going around the post down here that we went around before, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and chain 1. Yarning over twice, going around the middle double in between the V, going around the post, pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, turn the work. So that's the stitch that went into the chain space. So skip, skip, going in. So going into that stitch with a double, double into the next 2 stitches. There we are. Yarning over twice, going around the post and pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, and yarning over twice, going around that center double, going around that post, pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, turn your work, skipping that stitch where we went into the chain space, skipping the next one, going into that 3rd with a double, double into the next 2 stitches, there we go. Yarning over twice, going around the post that we already went around, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and then last but not least, double crochet into the last single of the previous row. And there you go. That is row 3 for the repeat. So you can already see that lovely texture already starting to pop. And I love how the V's sort of nestle into each other like that. So pretty. All right, let's proceed with row 4 for the repeat. Okay, row 4 for the repeat. Start off by chaining up 1 and turning the work. And again, it's going to be 6 singles, then 1 in the space, 5 singles, 1 in the space, 5 singles, 1 in the space, and then ending with 6 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Always starting with the 6. Then 1 in the chain space, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 in the chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 in the chain space, and then ending with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then double into that last stitch at the end there for the 6. And there you go. Now, what I was saying before about doing 2 chains as opposed to 3 chains, I just think that it creates a cleaner, straighter edge. That's just my personal opinion. Take it for what you will. That being said, I want to do another row 3 together because, it is a bit more complicated than the row 4s where it's just single crochets. So let's just do one more row 3 together, and well, there you go. All right. And last but not least, going to do another row 3. So start off by chaining up 2 and turn your work, yarning over twice, going around the middle double crochet, going around that post, and pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, then skipping the first and the second stitch, going into the next 3 with doubles. It's 1 and 2 and 3, yarning over twice, going around the post and pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1. Also, another thing that you might want to be conscientious of is when you are doing these front post trebles, try not to have a death grip. It will help mitigate the curling that may want to happen. Even though you are doing a treble as opposed to a double, try to be a little bit lenient with the tension. Otherwise, yes, it's going to go like, it's going to want to squoosh together like a frightened caterpillar. So from here, after doing our finishing one there and chaining 1, yarning over twice, going around that middle double, going around that post, and pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, turn the work, skipping that first one there and the next, going into the third. So going in with a double and 2 more doubles. There we are, yarning over twice, going around that same post. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Got to pull out some more yarn. Okay. And don't forget the chain 1 at the end. There we go. Yarning over twice, going around the middle double inside of the V there, going around that post and pulling up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, turning the work, being sure to skip 1, 2, going into that third stitch with a double, and 2 more for a total of 3. Yarning over twice, going around that same post, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and chaining 1. Okay, last one, yarning over twice, going around that middle double crochet post, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, turn the work, skipping 1, 2, going into that third stitch with a double, double into the next 2, and yarning over twice, going around that same post, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and double crochet into the last single at the end. Ta-dam! And then, of course, row 4 would be single crocheting your way back, back across, or you could leave it like this. You could end on a 3 or a 4. Either way, I think would be totally fine. But you need to do both in order to continue going on up, 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 and up. And there you are. Absolutely gorgeous. Alrighty, my dears, so that is going to conclude today's tutorial on how to do the gull stitch. Really hope that you liked it, and if you did, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation as always. And I want to hear from you. What sort of project are you going to do with this stitch? What sort of yarns? What sort of colors? Always interested in hearing about, what you're going to do. I mean, I know what I would do, but what are you going to do? That is the question. And that being said, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And, stay tuned for more, because whether it's crocheting or knitting or audiobook narrations or games and all sorts of things, check it out. I like what I do, and I like variety, and, well, there you go, So, until next time, you know what to do, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and please stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.